Sober on a Drunk Planet. Introduction. Imagine teaching children that one of the most exciting things about becoming an adult is being able to take drugs. Imagine convincing them that it's normal for good nights out to result in shaky, anxious mornings with crashing headaches, empty wallets, and perhaps even vomit in the bed. Imagine explaining that to have a grown-up holiday, adults may end up sleeping with people they don't like, get into fights, or wake up in a cell. They might not even remember any of it. Don't worry, kids, they're just normal side effects. It sounds mental because it is mental. We're not talking about illegal drugs yet. We're just talking about socially acceptable alcohol. It's the drugs children see everyone from their parents to their favourite celebrities partaking in. It's the focal point of funerals, birthdays, Christmas, holidays, weddings, christenings, divorces, bad breakups, dating, good weeks at work, bad weeks at work, getting a new job, leaving an old job, a drink before the game, after the game, and probably during the game. The list goes on and on. We live on a drunk planet. Alcohol is everywhere and has been for centuries. Society teaches us that champagne means celebration, that a holiday is an acceptable time for drinking lethal cocktails in gigantic fish bowls, and that a dash of whiskey will help your child sleep. We're even taught that hair of the dog is the remedy for a hangover. And just when you think you've heard them all, someone rocks up claiming that a glass of wine is part of their 5 a day. As I said, mental. If alcohol were the magical one-size-fits-all substance we're brainwashed into believing it is, why are there so many Alcoholic Anonymous groups in almost every town? Why do celebrities that consume too much of it instantly go from being respected to being shamed? And why do nearly 30% of young people now decide not to drink at all? There are plenty of answers to those questions. In many cases, people are discovering, as I did, that quitting booze can set your life on an entirely different path. People are deciding to get ahead in life and become sober on a drunk planet. They are fed up with crippling hangovers, the shame, the anxiety, and the many other side effects of alcohol. They want to experience life sober with everything that it has to offer. It's a path that's exciting, fulfilling, and healthy, and it's also increasingly fashionable. Dealing correctly with your emotions, waking up hangover free, and enjoying life to its full potential never gets old. Most importantly, it could also be one thing that finally allows you to look in the mirror and like what you see. So what brings you here? Perhaps like the old me, you have a life packed with all the outward signs of success but feel empty on the inside. Maybe you're beginning to tire of the whole work hard, play hard thing and struggling to see the point. Are you living for the weekend and then spending half the week recovering from the weekend? You might not realise it, but you could be spending over 100 days of each year feeling the depressing and physically undesirable side effects of alcohol. Imagine what you could do with your life if you were supercharged for all of those days. There's little point in trying to come up with precise definition of a problem. People have many different reasons for wanting to reset their relationship with alcohol. If that weren't the case, there wouldn't be millions participating in initiatives like Dry January and Sober October every year. Even Alcoholics Anonymous is becoming less anonymous. The world is starting to sober up and celebrities talk more openly about their battles with alcohol and other mind-altering substances. Perhaps you're beginning to wonder if that nightly wine to take the edge off is a really great idea, or maybe you desperately need to stop waking up on Monday mornings with a frazzled brain and a wallet empty of everything besides screwed up cocaine wraps. Those may sound like two opposite extremes, but they may be closer together than many expect. You may be thinking, oh, I don't get bad hangovers, or drugs, I've never done drugs. But as we've all established, alcohol is a drug, and it's the one that many high-profile scientists classify as more harmful than any other. For many, it's also a huge gateway, both to other drugs and to years of bad decisions. Plenty of people spend years, even decades, getting away with it, or at least they think they are. They don't notice how the hangovers start to eat into the week, the gradual weight gain, or the friends and colleagues creeping ahead in life while they stay behind. For other people, unexpected events and life changes quickly see sustainable drinking morph into I need to do something about this. Anything from increased work stress to a redundancy, relationship breakdown or bereavement can cause things to escalate. Regardless of where you're at, you don't have to reach the fabled rock bottom to enjoy all the benefits of sobriety. In fact, many people who've moved on from drinking rave about similar benefits and positive life changes, whether they were full-blown addicts, fans of wine o'clock, or binge-drinking weekend warriors. If you're in any way doubting your relationship with alcohol, that's all the evidence you need. Presumably, you're not questioning your relationship with broccoli or fixating on whether you should cut back reading or walking. That's because we all know deep down that humans weren't intended to have a life where everything, positive and negative, is marked with alcohol. Children manage to play and have endless fun without it. But then something shifts, and millions of adults have become convinced nothing can be fun without a beer, a glass of wine, or a G&T. There is a better way. To be continued, guys.